corner, they talking real loud, spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. Hello, Reggie. Juju B is in the house. Claudette is here. Deronda, Shirley. All right. Let's get into it. Okay. Troy is here. Vince, I am from the UK. All right. So shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the Queen. I see you, Leon, Aqua Girl Rising. Okay. Pretty Wings. Okay. Michael is here. All right. I see you, Andrea. Shout out to all of my loyal royals, everyone tuned into the Queen, and a big shout out to my moderators for putting in work. Okay, so as per usual, let's have a brief, hey, songwriter Sonny. Okay, so let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Also, don't forget to double check and make sure you're still subscribed to the Queen's channel, especially if you have not been receiving your notifications. All right, here we go.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. And you can also find it at Walmart.com. And don't forget that she sells beard oil as well. Okay, so with that all being said, let's get into it. Let's get into it. First of all, you all, I don't feel so well. I told you all last night I'm not feeling well. So this live is going to be brief. All right? This live is going to be brief. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about Trump. For whatever reason, at about midnight last night, Trump decided to go on a full on rant. This man was posting stuff and reposting stuff that other people posted. In the wee hours of the morning, he dropped hundreds of posts. Ben Masela says that it was actually 400 posts. He must have been counting. 400 posts. Thank you, D Major. Says get well soon. Thank you all for your well wishes. I appreciate you all. Love y'all. But yeah, so he was dropping all of these nefarious posts, going in on a full-on rant, talking crazy. This is further proof that he's unhinged. This man needs to be in a mental asylum somewhere. Oh, that's right, we don't have any more, do we? Okay, and also always talking about Biden, called him Sleepy Joe, but look at this picture. Now, these pictures were taken on the same day. There are pictures of both Biden and Trump having lunch. Now, who looks worse? Who looks worse? Okay, who looks to be in a worse condition, Trump or Biden? I'm sorry. Y'all see Trump? He looks like he can barely hold his eyes open. A whole hot mess. Reggie said, did I hear 400 posts? Yes, you did, honey. It's crazy, right? Let's look at some of them because he's a whole fool. This one says, Obama sycophant. Okay, the former Attorney General of the United States who did so much to hurt our country. And also he called Obama a sycophant, right? That's basically a person who hangs around, you know, influential people like politicians and other people that are influential and just basically tries to appease them by flattering them, just being fake. They don't really mean it. They say things to just get in the person's good graces. And this is what Trump is calling Obama. Trump, I've seen you do this a myriad of times. Okay, the way he was kissing boots to the Saudi prince. Okay, didn't y'all see it? I mean, he has the nerve, but I mean, he's obsessed with Obama, clearly. So anyway, goes on to say the former Attorney General of the United States who did so much to hurt our country and who weaponized the Obama administration against the Republican Party and me, Eric Holder, known as Fast and Furious, just gave a speech where he emphatically stated, above all else, that Democrats will pack the Supreme Court of the United States if they get a chance. The word is he wants 21 radical left activist judges not being satisfied with the heretofore 15 that they were seeking. It will be 21. They will destroy our Constitution. I'm sorry, didn't he already do that? And there's not a thing that the Republicans can do about it unless we terminate the filibuster, which will lead to an easy win for the midterms. Okay, and an even easier win in the presidential election of 2028. I thought there wasn't going to be any more elections, Trump. Why would the Republicans even think about giving them this opportunity? The American people don't want gridlock. They want their leaders to get things done. Terminate the filibuster and have the most successful 4 years in the history of our country by far, with not even the hint of a shutdown or our great nation on January the 30th. Okay, Trump, please sit down somewhere. Do y'all hear this? Now, why is he bringing up Obama? Why is he bringing up Obama and the former Attorney General, Eric Holder? Why is he doing all of this? Is he trying to shift the blame or take the focus off of he and Pete Hegseth and these war crimes that they've been accused of? Then he reposts Alex Jones's post about wild. Michelle Obama may have used Biden's auto pen in the final days of his disastrous administration to pardon key individuals, Patrick Byrne reveals. First of all, Patrick Byrne needs to sit down somewhere and shut the hell up, because why would he think that Michelle Obama is the one who used the auto pen? If anything, one would suggest if they thought that Biden was incapacitated and was not able to carry out the functions of his position, that the vice president, i.e. Kamala Harris, would have been the one to use the auto pen. That's just what would make sense. Why would he bring Michelle Obama into it? Just trying to drag Obama into it. That's all that is, okay? They all hate Obama so much. They are so jealous and desperate. But let's continue. Now, with this one, it says John Brennan was never for the American people. Okay, especially with his he's talking about his traitorous actions and all of that, from being labeled the assassination czar for Obama's secret drone strike program, to running a weekly Tuesday morning kill list with Obama, and openly claiming to be Muslim. John Brennan is not someone you can trust, and his actions confirm it. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. I want you all to pay attention. Now, just the way he's framing this whole thing, this post, he's definitely trying to act as though Obama and Brennan are the ones people should be concerned about, okay? Now, leading torture programs that could be considered a war crime. Ha! So now he's accusing Obama and Brennan of war crimes. Are you listening? Not himself and Pete Hegseth, mind you. He's trying to shift the blame to Obama. Is he serious right now? And John Brennan? Of course he is, but let's continue. Okay, so anyway, he goes on to say, to be considered a war crime, and going after whistleblowers like John Kirkakow. I can barely read that. It's kind of blurred. It looks like Curry-a-cow. Okay, to illegal wiretapping operations. Brennan has had his hand. He has had his hand in all of it, being Obama's right-hand man, and still does to this day. He lied about the amount of civilians being targeted and killed in our drone strike operations, even targeting teenagers under Obama, illegally tortured too many to count. Okay, Trump, for the record, is TOO, not TO, okay, when you're using it in that context of a sentence. And also approved visas for the hijackers who allegedly were involved in 9/11 that were never even investigated to this day. Okay, to top it all off and to show the roots of who these people really are, and without even getting into the entire Russia collusion hoax, that was an extremely sloppy extremely sloppy op with Brennan's name all over it. Brennan was also voting for self-admitted communist in American elections, and still somehow managed to become an agent of the CIA and then director. That should tell you everything you need to know about the type of factions within our own government that are running our intelligence agencies. That should tell you everything you need to know. Okay, Brennan was openly supporting and voted for Gus Hall and Angela Davis in the early 1980s election, who were both open communists. Angela Davis alone was also an activist, member of the Black Panthers, and was even on the FBI's most wanted list. You just can't make this stuff up. Trump, you can make anything up. We've seen you do it. Okay, we've heard you do it. Okay, so anyway, I'm not going to read all this stuff, but here's another one he reposted. Donald Trump is not a Democrat. He's not even a Republican. He's a movement, the greatest president to ever live. In his dreams. And then he reposted this. I'm sick and tired of these effing pirates. They invade, rob us blind, impose their Sharia bullshit, and milk the taxpayers dry with nonstop fraud after fraud. Meanwhile, there's unlimited cash for those inbred savages, but jack-ish for our own veterans sleeping on the streets. Enough is enough. I don't know why Trump reposted that, because he's part of the reason that we have veterans sleeping on the streets. Okay, because they don't provide enough resources for these disabled veterans. That's what they don't do, and they've taken away the mental facilities and all of that. Okay, and here's the thing: not only are Trump and Pete Hegseth trying to shift the blame to the admiral who was in charge, but also the White House is helping them. Okay. The White House is helping them. Now let's go to what Pete Hegseth said, because he quickly dismissed it all as being nothing more than fake news. Okay, let's go to his X account. Okay, he says, as usual, the fake news is delivering more fabricated, inflammatory, and derogatory reporting to discredit our incredible warriors fighting to protect the homeland. As we've said from the beginning and in every statement, these highly effective strikes are specifically intended to be lethal kinetic strikes. The declared intent is to stop lethal rogues, destroy narco boats, and kill the narco terrorists who are poisoning the American people. Every trafficker we kill is affiliated with a designated terrorist organization. The Biden administration preferred the kid gloves approach, allowing millions of people, including dangerous cartels and unvetted Afghans, to flood our communities with drugs and violence. The Trump administration has sealed the border and gone on offense against narco-terrorists. Biden coddled terrorists. We kill them. Our current operations in the Caribbean are lawful under both U.S. and international law, with all actions in compliance with the law of armed conflict and approved by the best military civilian leaders up and down the chain of command. This is all lies and BS, okay? Our warriors in South Com put their lives on the line every day to protect the homeland from narco-terrorists, and I will always have their back. Okay, that's what he said, but another thing that he said was, he blamed it on the admiral. So let's get into it. Hegseth stated that he did not personally see the survivors in the water after the first strike, but that's a lie. That's a lie, because he did say that. He said he watched it all go down. Hold on, you beloveds. Let me see if I can find that video. He absolutely said that he watched it all go down, okay? So now for him to come out and say he didn't actually see them in the water, Pete Hegseth, sit down somewhere, because you said exactly that. Okay, he said when he was on CNN? He was being interviewed. Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. Okay, now here is him throwing the admiral under the bus. Let me get this one real quick. Hold on. These people are so low down and dirty. I mean, it's like they don't care about destroying other people's lives. And then now all of a sudden talking about he didn't stick around to watch it. But you said on that show that you saw them in the water. I could have sworn he said that. Okay, I think this might be it. No, that's not it. Hold on. Okay, let's just go with what we have. I'm sorry, beloveds, but I promise you, he was literally on a show, and he actually said something about it that put him right there, like he was watching it all go down. So anyway, um, here's what he said. He said he didn't personally see the survivors. That's what he's saying now. This is called the fog of war. He said that he remarked the vessel exploded in fire, smoke. You can't see anything. This is called the fog of war. He said the admiral in charge, and that's Admiral Frank M. Bradley, made the correct decision, he says, to order the second strike to sink the boat and eliminate the threat. The White House stated that Hegseth had authorized Bradley to conduct the strikes. According to reports from the Washington Post, Hegseth gave a verbal order to kill everybody on the initial boat, okay, which the admiral followed by ordering a second strike that killed 2 survivors clinging to the wreckage. Hegseth denies that he specifically ordered the killing of survivors in the follow-up strike. A subsequent reporting by the New York Times via 6 U.S. officials says Hegseth's initial order did not specify that should happen if there were survivors. The admiral made that decision. Okay, yeah, I don't believe that. I think Hegseth absolutely made that decision. I don't think it was the admiral. Okay, that's just my opinion. I think they're all trying to play the blame game at this point, and that's what I told you all they were going to do. Okay, that's exactly what I told you all they would do. Now, with that all being said, let's roll.
Sunk the boat, and eliminated the threat.
Somebody asked me a question about the second strike. I didn't know about the second strike. I didn't know anything about people. I wasn't involved in it. I knew they took out a boat. But I would say this, they had a strike. I hear the gentleman that was in charge of that is extraordinary. He's an extraordinary person. I'll let Pete speak about him. But Pete was satisfied. Pete didn't know about second attack having to do with 2 people. I guess Pete would have to speak to it. I can say this, I want those boats taken out. And if we have to, we'll attack on land also, just like we attack on sea.
So the president had the courage to designate these cartels as designated terrorist organizations. Now, a number of us here served in the military and spent 20 years fighting terrorists like Al-Qaeda and ISIS on the other side of the world. How do you treat Al-Qaeda and ISIS? Do you arrest them and treat them, pat them on the head and say, don't do that again? Or do you end the problem directly by taking a lethal, kinetic approach? And that's the way President Trump has authorized the War Department to look at these cartels. And I wish everybody could be in the room watching our professionals like Mitch Bradley, Admiral Mitch Bradley, and others at JSOC and SOCOM and other commanders. And I have empowered them to make that call. Now, the first couple of strikes, as any leader would want, you want to own that responsibility. So I said, I'm going to be the one to make the call after getting all the information and make sure it's the right strike. That was September 2nd. There's a lot of intelligence that goes into that, building that case and understanding that, a lot of people providing information. I watched that first strike live. As you can imagine, at the Department of War, we got a lot of things to do. So I didn't stick around for the hour and 2 hours, whatever, where all the sensitive site exploitation digitally occurs. So I moved on to my next meeting. A couple of hours later, I learned that commander had made which he had the complete authority to do. And by the way, Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat. He sunk the boat, and eliminated the threat. And it was the right call. We have his back.
So you didn't see any survivors, to be clear, after that first strike? You personally?
I did not personally see survivors, but I stand, because the thing was on fire. It was exploded and fire and smoke. You can't see anything. You got digital. This is called the fog of war. This is what you in the press don't understand. You sit in your air-conditioned offices or up on Capitol Hill and you nitpick and you plant fake stories in the Washington Post about kill everybody, phrases on anonymous sources not based in anything.
Okay, Pete Hegseth. Okay, the Secretary for the Department of War, no less. He said they create fake stories. That's what he said, but I don't think this is a fake story, Mr. Hegseth. And in fact, here's what he had to say about it. Now, he was on Fox when he sat there and told him that he watched it.
So the president is sending a message to other cartels, right?
A very clear one. I can tell you that was definitely not artificial intelligence. I watched it live. We knew exactly who was in that boat. We knew exactly what they were doing, and we knew exactly who they represented. And that was Tren de Aragua, a narco-terrorist organization designated by the United States, trying to poison our country with illicit drugs.
Now, from the Senate Armed Services.
Yeah, y'all heard that. Okay? Y'all heard that. He literally said he sat there and watched it live. He said he knew everybody that was in the boat and what they were doing. Okay? Now he wants to sit here and play crazy. Sir, please have several seats. Please have several seats, okay? So with that all being said, and Robert called him a cokehead liar. Okay, is he not? These creatures are reptilian, says Jay McClendon. I believe it. Okay, Reggie, thank you for your contribution to the channel, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Mel said Trump's training them to lie. I'm pretty sure they already were good at it. Okay, so now let's get into this whole thing about Dillon Gabriel's fiance talking greasy. All right? And she only did it because Shedeur was the one that started. She's clearly pressed and hating because her man, the little leprechaun that could, okay, or couldn't, is sitting on the sidelines. Okay, so let's get into it. Dillon Gabriel's fiance creates drama by fueling narrative of Brown's disdain for Shedeur Sanders. Okay, Shedeur Sanders is the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. The fiance of teammate Dillon Gabriel does not believe the organization agrees with his standing on the depth chart. Zoe Caswell received backlash for a TikTok video posted over the weekend. She responded to the criticism by fueling a narrative that currently surrounds QB1. Caswell and Gabriel have dated since high school. They kept a long-distance relationship after the pastor signed with UCF. When he transferred to Oklahoma, he asked her to join him. Okay, in September 2024, he asked her hand in marriage. The two have been engaged for more than a year in what's busy what's been a busy 15 months. Gabriel was drafted by the Browns following another transfer to Oregon, and he's been thrust into the starting role as a rookie in Cleveland. His time under center has been up and down. Okay, enough about all that. Let's go to what she said, okay? Let's go to what she said. And what people are saying about it in these TikTok streets. Honey, the hate for Shedeur Sanders is real. I want y'all to pay attention, honey. He has them shook.
Dillon Gabriel's fiance is getting dragged, and probably rightfully so. What do y'all think? She posted a video and she captioned it, "Browns lost, what's new?" And at first it was like, ha ha ha, yeah, because overall, the Browns suck. They always have. But another part was like, wait, why this after now that Shedeur is the quarterback? And she had a flood of comments, so finally she said, "For everyone complaining about the caption, I obviously am cheering for the Browns. It's clearly a joke. If we don't laugh, we cry." Then she got called out. Crazy. Those weren't the captions when Dillon was losing. And then her ass made things worse. That little comment you made right there is disgusting. The way you're openly racist is so weird. I wonder why everyone cheered when Lil Dillon got a little headache and was afraid to play. Nobody in that locker room respects that little dude. Now, this specifically, I don't know what it was in reference to, but her reply was, actually, everyone in the building wants him to play. But you wouldn't know that because you never played in the NFL or been a coach, right? I'm sure she meant coach. So after that, of course, everyone's like, oh, bitch. So you know that they've been giving Shedeur a hard time. And then this is what you come up with. Now other people are like, it's her man. She's supposed to defend her man, Gabriel. You can do that without being shady and nasty. You can also keep it cute and put it on mute. Anyway, do y'all feel like people are overreacting or not?
No, they're not overreacting. This just further proves that Dillon's a hater. That Dillon is hating on Shedeur, because the only reason she would be saying something like that is because Dillon's coming and pillow talking with her, okay, and telling her stuff. And he's clearly intimidated by Shedeur. That's what it is, in my opinion. No, hold on, beloveds. I thought I had shared it. Hold on. I didn't even share the screen. Hold on.
This is the performance that you're seeing within the building. I'm not here to talk about the difference between Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. The proof is in the pudding. So this is the case when Pillow talking about work goes wrong. Dillon Gabriel's fiance, Zoe Coswell, does a TikTok post, and in the caption it reads, "The Browns lost. What's new?" Everyone in the comments had an issue with it because those comments were not there when Dillon was playing. And then the comment up top says that it was racist and everybody was happy when Dillon got his concussion. So Coswell responds, "Actually, everybody in the building wants to see him play, but you wouldn't know that because you never coached in the NFL and you do most of your stuff from the couch." My opinion on it, the caption itself is disrespectful to Dillon because that is the team that he plays for. So you put in the caption, "What's new?" At the end of the day, he played 6 games for this team. So that's not good. 2, you've been to those games. We've all seen it on TV. This is the performance that you're seeing within the building. I'm not here to talk about the difference between Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur.
Okay, nothing but hate. That's all it is. Okay, nothing but hate. Now here she is. Okay, here she is. I'm going to put an overlay on this because this is from TMZ. Okay, here we go.
To me for Browns versus 49ers.
Dillon Gabriel's fiance, Zoe Coswell, is catching a ton of heat after she appeared to take shots at starting quarterback Shedeur Sanders following the team's loss to the 49ers. In a recent TikTok video on Zoe's account, she captioned a video showing her outfit for the game, "Browns lost, what's new?" People were very quick to accuse her of doing this because Shedeur started and not Dillon, and comments like, "I don't remember these captions when your man was QB1," and "Love your content but very disappointed in the caption, need to support this team whether he's in or not," only confirm that. She tried to defend herself by saying it was a joke, but no one is seeming to buy it. But unfortunately, it doesn't end there, and another comment chain surfaced on her TikTok where she responded to comments saying that no one in the Browns building wants Dillon to play. She responded to the comments saying that everybody in the organization wants him to start over Shedeur and says that they haven't played in the NFL or coached, so how would they know? This is obviously a very odd comment coming from someone who has also not played or coached in the NFL. But what do you guys make of her comments? Do you think they are valid, or is she just being a hater?
Yeah, she's definitely being a hater. Okay. She's definitely being a hater, wouldn't you say? Okay, let's go to the next video. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And this is Shannon and Ocho.
So when somebody says something and it has to do with the locker room, the first, even if, like I said, Ocho, even if that's her, even if those are her own thoughts, and she, I like to believe she's smart enough and she can have her own thoughts,
right?
But that's not what people are going to believe.
No, not at all. And I don't think she's thinking about it that way. Anyway, she was just more so expressing her feelings based on how she feels about her husband or husband to be, to actually be out there actually playing. So, but she knows better now because she's gonna get the backlash, and then it's gonna fall on Dillon Gabriel, and he gonna get pissed. What are you doing? You can't be doing that. They're both new to this. They're both new to this, and she will understand. You got to be careful before you hit sin. You got to think, because once you hit it, it's there for life.
And guess what else, Ocho? Guess who's gonna get asked about this? You think they're gonna ask 12 about this?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna ask Stefanski about this?
Of course.
Something that they don't really have, look, they should be like, okay, what do you guys need to do to get a win? What do you guys need? Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I've got to answer questions about something. A lady that ain't never only been going to the game to see Dillon.
Yeah.
Now I got to answer questions about what she said that ain't got nothing to do that's going to help us win a football game, Ocho. Nothing whatsoever.
Yeah. Hey, it just adds to the circus.
Okay, that's how you know that the hate is real, because they can't even keep things to themselves. They can't even hide their hate anymore. They can't even contain it. Okay, they have to say something. They have to let it out. All right. So Ocho needs to sit down somewhere. I love Ocho and everything, but at the end of the day, if you watch the entire broadcast, Ocho was sitting there just trying to make excuses for her to me. Oh, she wants to see her husband to be played. Oh, this and that. First of all, I don't care. Everybody wants to see their man that's in the NFL play or the NBA, whatever. But the bottom line is she should not have been disparaging the team, saying the Browns lost. Okay, that's nothing new. First of all, I don't think Kevin Stefanski is going to like that too much. And then Shannon and Ocho saying that they're likely going to ask Shedeur about that and Stefanski. They should ask Dillon Gabriel about it. His girlfriend, his fiance is the one who said it. So when he gets back out there, they need to be asking him, so Dillon, what do you think about your fiance coming out and making those comments? Do you think she was directing that at Shedeur because he started and you didn't? And what is this about her saying that everybody wants you to start, not Shedeur? They need to ask him that. Don't ask Shedeur. He can't speak for her. He doesn't know why she said it. Well, I'm sure he does because she's a hater, just like the rest of us know. But at the end of the day, that's a question that should fall on Dillon's head. Okay? I want to see how he responds to it, because all she has done is let us all know that he is a whole damn hater. He's going home whining and complaining to her. Okay, they won't let me start. Yeah. Okay, Shedeur is going to be starting for the next couple of games. The people booed me when I came to the field. Yeah, they are going to be booing you, you little leprechaun. All right? He looks like one of the Keebler elves. I'm sorry, but he's just not making the mark. Okay, and like somebody said earlier, he was in college for 6 years and still ain't that great. Okay, please make it all make sense. Okay, so with that all being said, beloveds, I told y'all that I don't feel so good, so I'm out of here. At least I gave y'all something. That's better than nothing. Okay, I'm going to try to get here in the morning. Y'all keep the... Reggie said crying in the pillow. Okay? Byron said she threw rocks, then hit her hands. Okay? She sure did. Low down self. The queen's about to be crying in the pillow in a minute, Reggie, because that's how bad I feel. But I love y'all so much. I had to come and give y'all at least a few minutes of my time. Okay, so that all being said, I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this evening. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Oh, let me say this before I roll out. So I watched a couple of episodes of that 50 Cent documentary, like the first 2 episodes. Let me tell you about something. I didn't think it was that great. You know, I see some people were, said it's good or whatever. I didn't really think it was that great. It was just another documentary. To me, he spent a good amount of time focusing on Biggie and Tupac, as opposed to the witnesses or the people that are making the accusations. But also, people were wondering where 50 Cent got that footage. The footage where Diddy was saying stuff like he has to get hand sanitizer and take a shower or a bath after he hugs 150 people. At the end of the day, Diddy or 50 supposedly got that information. According to Lauren LaRosa, he supposedly got that information from the guy who recorded it because the guy was never paid. So I guess he sold the footage to 50 because they say he was never paid. And he probably wasn't paid because Diddy got locked up, while he was doing the footage, I guess. Still could have paid him, though. But anyway, with that all being said, thank you all for your kind words and well wishes, okay? With that all being said, I will talk to you all again soon. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Until next time, peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got